Hi guys, and welcome back to the Caribbean Spot. Today's episode is not just explosive, it's historic. We're diving into episode 8 of the Gaston Browne Saga, Assassination Plot and Quashed Subpoenas. Let's get into this video. You unlawfully sold her yacht. You ignored legal filings, fighting subpoenas of discovery in court while claiming you have nothing to hide. Requesting lawyer eye only. Not even the public can see what's in your records. Again, what are you hiding? And now, after Yulia dared to expose the truth, she's receiving unalivement threats. And now, someone is demanding payment in exchange for information about alleged assassination plan. If this isn't about silencing her, then what is it about? How can you take someone's property, sell it, and when they demand the truth, you fight them? Where in the world do thieves defend their actions for stealing what isn't theirs and stand like proud peacocks while doing it? The image of Antigua has been tainted by the Gaston Browne government and its cabinet, who approved the sale of the ship that was entrapped. And now, with this new escalated situation, if the intimidation by Alki David wasn't a red flag, then this assassination plot has taken a whole new level. Antigua, you need to ask yourselves a serious question. If your leader is innocent, and if his wife, his son, his associates, and the fake software company that received $500,000 or almost more than $500,000 dollars, US dollars, right? Your money listed on the hot and sweaty spreadsheet are all truthful and clean, then why fight the subpoenas? Why fight? Your friend going to intimidate the people, the lawyers, Mr. Alki, that didn't help you at all in the public's eye, right? It looked bad. If you're so innocent, why not tell the court, okay, this is what the person wants. Let's see. This is what's in my books. Why not show your hand if you are truly innocent and you have nothing to hide? Because from where we stand, this looks like a cover-up situation, right? And now a plot to assassinate. Some may even ask, is the opposition behind this? Is this chaos being weaponized for political advantage? Or is this simply the fallout of unchecked power? And just when we thought it couldn't get any worse, the court documents dropped. No rumors, no hearsay, receipts. Filed in a U.S. federal court. Let's go straight to the filing. According to court filings submitted on June 3rd, 2025, Yulia Guryeva-Motlokhov's legal team received a chilling email on Saturday, May 31st. The message claimed that Yulia had been targeted for assassination as a result of her filing the U.S. court action. It went even further, stating that the plot involved infiltration of judicial staff in both the U.S. and Antigua and Barbuda. Yes, Antigua and Barbuda, your court system. The sender demanded 1.5 bitcoins, around 159,000 US dollars, in exchange for more information about the alleged assassination plan. They even included a cryptocurrency wallet address for payment. Wow. The court filing states clearly, to be clear, neither applicant nor the undersigned has any intention of paying this ransom, but counsel has had no choice but to take this apparent unalivement threat seriously and take responsive measures. This isn't opinion. This is a sworn statement submitted to a federal judge. But here's what makes this even more disturbing. The threat comes in the context of what the letter describes as a broader campaign of harassment, slander, and extortion. The filing specifically references a smear campaign against Yulia and her lawyers, public attacks by those trying to quash the subpoenas, and recent harassment at the office of her legal counsel. So again, we must ask, why would someone try to intimidate a woman who simply asked the court for an answer or for answers? If this legal proceeding is just about documents, why is there now a threat of unalivement and extortion? And what does it say about the people trying to quash the subpoenas? The letter puts it plainly. There is no question that some of the subjects of the court-approved subpoenas have chosen to respond with a campaign of harassment, slander, and now threats and extortion. And yet, it is Yulia who is being painted as a bad actor. Mind you, you stole this person's property, right? We had Sir Sanders saying it is clear in everyone's mind that the Alfa Nero belongs to Antigua. Someone fighting for their property. And this man has the audacity to say bad fate. That's what they said in court filings, right? Bad fate. She's only doing this in bad faith. Excuse me, Gaston Browne and your company. You guys are despicable. I've never seen anything like this in my whole life. You guys took something that's not yours and still saying all this woman doing is bad faith. You know, she trying to cause me to lose the election coming up. Here where your mindset went, right? To the election coming up. Not that, hey, you take Mary property, you create a law to block Mary out of it. Your courts in Antigua will side with you no matter what. They like you ride or die. Bonnie and Clyde, or whatever is his name, Clive or Cleve, whatever. Give him a name, right? Like, man, I really can't understand some of you Caribbean people. Like, seriously. Really? I digress. Let's continue. And one more thing before I proceed. It was not the opposition who said, hey, our $1 million blessing has shown up. It was not them. You lit the match, Gaston Browne, and you still holding it. And Antigua is just paying your bills for you. But let's proceed. And just when you thought this couldn't get any more twisted, let's talk about who's allegedly behind the threats. Because what we're seeing now isn't just legal warfare. It's intimidation, it's harassment, and it's connected to a billionaire whose name keeps popping up. The filing also calls out a specific pattern of harassment and points directly to Alki David, a business partner of key players trying to quash the subpoenas. According to the document, this harassment campaign is entirely consistent with the modus operandi described in the application. The business partner of certain of these same movements is defaming, threatening, and apparently now extorting applicant and her counsel at the very same time. Translation: while some are fighting in court to block the subpoenas, Alki David, who hasn't even appeared in the court, in the case, is accused of harassing Yulia and her lawyers outside the courtroom. Let that sink in. You're trying to block transparency on one hand, and then your business partner is running a parallel intimidation campaign. The court saw this pattern, they referenced it, and now it's part of the official record. Antigua, if your prime minister and his team want to claim innocence, then why do they continue to align themselves with people who engage in behavior like this? So let me ask the obvious question. If all of this is above board, if they did everything legally, there was no shenanigans, nothing done that they should not have done, they created the law that was rightful, they did not entrap the ship, they did everything above board, right? If that happened, if there's nothing to hide, then why go to court to block the records? Why fight transparency tooth and nail? Well, the court made its ruling, and now it's time we break that down properly. Now, let me speak directly to those celebrating this ruling like it's some badge of innocence. The judge did not say Gaston Browne and his crew, including his wife and his son, Telemac, are clean. Nope, the judge did not say that. So I know that there's a lot of people who lack comprehension, and their focus is always party and color and not truth and transparency. So I want to take my time with this to get those laymen to understand your prime minister didn't win anything. Your prime minister, all he wants is hiding his records. But hold on, I digress. Let's proceed in the order in which I want to do this. This ruling does not mean they have nothing to hide. In fact, the very reason they fought these subpoenas this hard, ask yourself, Antigua, since you paid the legal bill, does this look like the actions of innocent men? The subpoenas were an inquiry. That's all. Let's go in there and see what's there. An inquiry to trace funds tied to a vessel they entrapped and sold. Remember that? The $1 million blessing? That one right there. A vessel sold based on a law passed not by the opposition, for the people in the back that love politics and love party and can't see truth when it's slapping you in the face. This law was not passed by Darwin Telemac. This law was not passed by the opposition, but by Gaston's own administration. Now, with the subpoenas quashed, you have no idea what's in those records. Yes, Antigua, now you're in the blind. Well, I mean, you're in the dark, right? You think, yeah, but we prime minister win. Yeah, we prime minister win. Win what? Win what? Now you sound like a bunch of uneducated people. And I beg to differ, because I know a lot of Antiguans. And I know Antiguans are intellectual people, right? So celebrating that he keeping you in the dark is ridiculous. Let me give you one more chance to get that into your brain. You're celebrating that your prime minister is keeping you in the dark is ridiculous. But you know what? For love of party, keep celebrating. According to, other people, bring drinks. Tell your prime minister, boy, let me drink on that. You're the fool. You're the one being left in the dark. Let me read exactly what the judge said so you understand what this ruling actually means. And I quote, according to Judge Jesse M. Furman, U.S. District Court, June 4, 2025. And on screen you would see this is a document, a case number. You can go search it up yourself and read the entire 10-page document. And it says, because the subpoenas are not for use in a proceeding in a foreign or international tribunal, they fall outside the permissible scope of Section 1782, right? Accordingly, the motion to quash are granted. Another part of the ruling states, movants' motions to quash the subpoenas must be and are granted. To be clear, the subpoenas are quashed in their entirety, notwithstanding the fact that only some of those referenced in the subpoenas have appeared and sought relief. That is because movants' arguments demonstrate that applicant failed to meet the statutory requirements for relief in the first instance. That means this was not a declaration of innocence. They didn't say, yes, Gaston Browne free, he didn't do it. Nothing like that. All they're just saying is, let's proceed. The U.S. court simply ruled that the legal standard for issuing these subpoenas wasn't met at this time. And the judge even stated the applicant can reapply if circumstances change. So Antigua, don't celebrate too hard. This ain't over. Let's be clear. The court didn't say the Prime Minister and his circle are innocent. It didn't say the information they're trying to seal is irrelevant. What it shows is that they fought hard to keep those records from you, from being seen, even requesting lawyers' eyes only protection. Or remember that. He didn't want nobody to see, not Parliament, not nobody. He doesn't want anyone to see what's in his records. Your bank statements. You're hiding millions or billions. Where have they, Gaston? Peekaboo, let's see. They wanted any evidence to be destroyed after review. You remember that? That's what they claimed. That's what they wanted. That any evidence, anything that they find in there, destroy it. We don't want them to see. So celebrate. Your Prime Minister have you like a boo-boo. You're in the dark. Can you imagine that? It's a sad day in Antigua. Now, you tell me, Antigua, why would innocent men, why would your Prime Minister fight this hard to block the truth from coming out? If there's nothing to hide, why all the effort to keep documents locked away from you, from the public eyes, from Parliament? And if this isn't about guilt, then it's certainly about control. Controlling the narrative, controlling access, and potentially controlling justice. This is why the people of Antigua, especially the Financial Intelligence Unit, whatever all they call it over there, and anyone with integrity in the court system must now look closely at every single man named in this scandal. Not just the Prime Minister, his wife, his kids, whoever it is. Not just the port manager, everyone, and everyone that they are connected to. Antigua, the ball is in your court now. Don't drop it. Don't stay in the dark. Figure out what's going on. You have a minister of wasteful finance who you just paid his legal fees, right? I mean, come on, man. Just go back and just think about everything. Does it make sense? Does one and one ain't making two? Something wrong. But again, Antigua, this is on you. To be left in the dark by the man who controls your finances, Antigua, is a scary place to be. Again, this was not the opposition fighting to keep their records hidden. This was not, hold on, is Darwin Telemaque part of the opposition? Right? Did he work with the opposition to sell the Alfa Nero? Right? Did the opposition come up with this great plan? Did the opposition create the law? Who's trying to take down your country? Who has tainted your country? And now, Antigua, after you paid his legal fees to keep you in the dark, you would remain in the dark because this is your choice. So celebrate that your prime minister just made you a fool. Not all of you. Those of you who believe die hard in your demigod prime ministers, right? Anyway, I gotta go. Until the next one, guys, don't forget to give the video a thumbs up, like, share, comment, subscribe, and see you on the next one. Bye.